Hey guys, welcome to my channel, AquaStarGoddess. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. Hit the bell so you can get notifications each and every time I upload new videos. And smash the like button. I can't sleep. I did come back. I did take a nap earlier today, but that's not the only reason why I can't sleep. That's not it. You're writing. What you writing? OMG, I need to be writing too. I was writing yesterday, but today I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's a void, you know? It's like, I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. I think I just know there's certain things that just have to go on. Like, I feel like maybe I'm just needing to do something. I actually was going to come here and tell y'all something specific, but I need to stop. I need to not. I just need to go ahead and do it and just take care of it. But basically, I mean, there's no way around what needs to be done, and I have to just do it and just stop procrastinating. For a long time I was thinking, oh, it will fix itself, or I was thinking things would fix themselves, but they didn't, and they won't. So yeah. And then I knew, but it was just like, I don't know, sometimes you come to like a realization of things and it just sucks. But now it's like, I feel frustrated right now because I feel like, in this very moment anyway, I'm feeling frustrated because, you know what, I don't need to be frustrated. I just need to go home. That's it. I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna go home. Need to go drive around some mountains or something, just go home, just clear my mind, clear my head, and rebuild. It's amazing, one of the things that I gotta say this to y'all, and I just have to say this, like, listen, it is so, like, the person that you have in your life is so important. It's so important. So important. That's why, like, petty shit, I can't do petty shit. I can't do the petty shit. I just can't. Because I'm not petty. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not petty. We got a problem. We talking about the problem. You know what I'm saying? We not talking about every fucking thing else. We not going around. I'm not gonna just dig at you just because I want you to get off with her, because, like, just because I get mad, I don't want to be in no energy where I feel like that. If I gotta be like a certain way, you to push me. I'm gonna take the blame for myself. I didn't let you push me too far. Where I'm lowering myself for what reason? There's never no reason for me to lower myself. At this point, I just feel that way. And this is after going through all sorts of shit where I did lower myself, you know what I mean? I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Sometimes people get mad or they get to a petty point where they don't want you to have nothing good because you ain't have it with them, you know? And that's why you got to be careful with who you choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even. I want to be clear. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that this is the energy that I'm dealing with. Is this is the type of person that I'm dealing with. I will say this. I would say that underlying energy is what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think about the fact that sometimes people can have attachments or entities attached to them or whatever, right? Or sometimes they could be dealing with shit that does push them into a certain energy, right? And that's vice versa. That's I'm not just talking about outside of myself, right? Like I understand that these things can also occur to me, but I'm very clear with taking the time that I need to take to like self focus and center back and get grounded and shit like that. So I take a lot of time to do those types of things. You know what I mean? Especially when I know I've been on some bullshit. And lately it happened because I think I've been so overstimulated. I was overstimulated for so long that lately I've just been popping off at anything. I don't give a fuck what it is. Everybody can get it because you have me fucked up, okay? Everybody getting it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like in reality, like that's just not even how I want, like how I've been proceeding. Like it took me a long time to get to a point where I was snapping off like this. It took me to deal with somebody in my face all the fucking time, almost every day, for at least a year, 2 years, literally. Maybe not every fucking day, but for a good deal of time, you know. Anyway, I've come to the decision that I already came to this decision a long time ago. But I've been sometimes you just don't want things, you don't want certain things to be true. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want it to be true that there's no workaround, or that the person that you love is not willing to put in the effort enough to do the work that is required for you guys to actually flourish and be happy, and like both of you be mutually happy. And this is coming from somebody who will scream to the top of the top mountaintops, that not from me, but what I'm saying is the person that I'm talking about will scream to the top of the mountaintops, stating that they will do everything that it takes, but your actions have to show me the same thing your words are showing me. And if they not matching up, well, I think we got a fucking problem, you know? Talk is cheap. Gonna have to go and draft my divorce papers, basically. Yeah, yeah. I think I've been using this as an outlet for a little bit, and I really need to, yeah, put a cap on that, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna just leave that there. The frustrating part about everything, though, is that, I know he loves me, like for real, for real. I know he loves me, but sometimes that love is not showing through the way that it should, or the way that I need it to, right? It would be a different story if I was like not if I hadn't really shared like how I feel about it or what I need or whatever. I've gone down a complete dissertation on everything that I need or what I want. There's different stuff. So it's like, mm. But maybe I'm expecting him to do things, and you know that's the issue. So what ended up happening was about 2020, I got out of that energy. 2019, actually, 2018, 2019. I started getting out of that energy and I started listening to like Abraham Hicks, which is like mindset stuff, shifting your mindset. And then I got to a point where I was no longer blaming him for things, right? So I started looking at myself. How can I look at this better? Well, I did that, and then he was not happy about that at all. So it's really crazy how this whole thing has gone down. But girl, at the end of the day, I know what I need to do. It's just a matter of when you love, when you feel like, I don't know. I don't even know. I do know. I know exactly what the fuck I feel. I know everything that I'm thinking. Some of the things I can share, some of the things I can't share. And I don't want to make it seem like something's wrong. Like, no, it's like he's not doing anything. He's not cheating. But it's other stuff, like this is the thing. It's like when you guys get into relationships, you need to know that there are various different vices that a man can have. Okay, he can be a cheater. Okay, he can be a drinker. He can be on drugs. He could be a gambler. There's so many issues. I mean, there's a couple of issues, main issues that you could run into with a man, and you know, you just have to choose what you can deal with and what you can't deal with. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. And that really is just it. What is this nigga's vices? Can I deal with that? Can I handle that? And the reason why I say it like that though is because of this. Now, obviously, if I feel that yes, a man should be willing to elevate and change his life and things like that, or recognize where he might need to make improvement just in general, because at the end of the day, the fuck is you living for if you're not trying to be a better bitch and a better nigga every day? Like if you're not trying to be a better bitch and a better nigga every day, what the fuck are you here for? That's just how I feel about it, right? But that's just me. And I can't force everybody to see things the way I see it, but that's how I fucking see it. If you're not trying to be better, then what the fuck is you here for? Like, what's your point? Like, you know, what's your point? I get it. Sometimes we fall into places where we just, during that time, we're not making a lot of changes because we may be going through a lot of shifts and changes. We're learning how to integrate, being highly spiritual with a physical world, like that shit take time, and that shit takes effort, and sometimes it's like integration of all it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're going through various different things um in life that keeps you away from being able to make those consistent daily efforts, right? But I'm starting to realize and recognize that a lot of times we are choosing to attach ourselves to things that are choosing to keep us tethered to a space that we no longer want to be, to a space that we don't want to be tethered to. You know what I mean? So like we have to be mindful of those things. That's why you got to be mindful of the energies you allow in your space. I'm very selective with people around me. Very selective with people around me. Like so selective. And it's so amazing. Like it's so crazy because like my estranged almost ex-husband really was like, certain people shouldn't have even been around you. But in reality, uh, I don't know. Sometimes I would have to point out like you're really looking like the pot calling the kettle, right? And of course he doesn't feel like that because he's like, oh, I've changed. I've gotten better over the time. But in reality, where did you start? Like so. Like, one of the things that really irks me. And okay, so here's the thing. So I get it. So like when you have grown from a certain space and you've elevated from a certain space, right? Like I understand you attempting to like call out certain things that because you've experienced them with other people. But my issue is when you try to act like you ain't ever been through that. You know what I mean? Like you've been through exactly what I've been through. So why are you acting like, you know what I mean? Like you don't know what it's like. Why are you acting like you don't know the experience? That right there I don't like. Right? Because it sends the signal to whoever that person is that's going through these things, that they're a problem because they're going through these things specifically, right? No, you're not a problem because you're going through these things specifically. However, maybe the way that you're thinking, or maybe the way that you're choosing, whatever the facts, there's something in there that we have to look at in order so that you don't have to continue to experience these types of things. But at the same time, I've been there. I know what you're feeling. Like, I know what you're going through. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes people don't realize how important just saying that is so important. Like, I can relate. I know what you experience, and I know what you're going through. I've been there, right? Like, just to say that, just to say I know what you're going through. It's, you know, like, you good, you gonna get through this, whatever. Like, because I've been there. You know, there's that. But I don't know. This is really not even about that. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. I'm talking. I can't go to sleep. I can't sleep. I don't want to write right now. Maybe I haven't even taken the opportunity to try to write right now. I feel frustrated because of maybe the realization of several different things at one time. But even the realization of those several different things, it's like, it's not the end of the world, right? Here's why. Because you live and you learn, man. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is live my daily day, do my 1 2 1 2, do my daily, right? All I can do is do my daily, live my life, and grow as I can. You know, I can't fucking be everywhere all at all times. I can't fucking, you know, do everything perfectly, because who knows whose eyes I'm being gauged by. You know what I mean? And everybody else, they may not think like I think. They may not do things like I. They may not have the same experiences that I have. I don't know. But, you know, I'm gonna have to just, well, right now I'm realizing that I am actually gonna have to go and file them papers. So, um, right now I'm not feeling anything but just the realization of that. Like, it's just like, yep. Like, you know, and I've had these thoughts before about it, but now it's more serious. Now it's more like, not serious, but it's more like, it's not even more serious. It's quiet. It's very quiet, actually. It's very subtle. It's just like this quiet, subtle knowing. So that's it. That's all there is, actually. I can't sleep. I realize I need to go file the papers, and I don't know if I'm going to move back to Cali or if I'm going to go to St. Louis. I don't know what I'm going to do next. So, um, I'm just trying to figure it out, I guess. Or I need to figure it out, or I'm feeling like I have, you know, I'm feeling like I'm at that point, like I'm there. It's done. Like that is what it is, right? For sure. There's no questions about that. But now it's about, okay, well, how am I moving forward? Like, how am I proceeding in the future? I don't, I have ideas about certain things, like how I'm gonna make money. That's figured out already. I got the plans, the agenda, the goals, the list. Everything is done, actually. I just haven't taken action on it. I haven't started it. I haven't put my advertisements out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't started making certain moves that would put me in that alignment. And I think this is something that I've been noticing for a long time. There are certain plans that I have. Listen, let me tell you something about when I make a plan. I have a Virgo rising, right? So when I make a plan or when I set something up or when I decide something, like, I tell you, I write a fucking agenda, I write an outline, I write a business plan, I write, like, everything is fucking set up. Like, automatically, like, when I decide I'm going to do something, like, I get the shit together. So basically, I already got several things that are already done and ready to just be advertised and make money from it. I have not been able to make move on those things. And I wonder if it's because there are energies that will not be able to benefit the way that benefit from the things that I'm going to be doing or that I'm doing or that I may do in the future. That's the issue. I know it. It's always been. I think the frustrating part about, maybe that thought anyway, because, like, I'm not settled on that, but I've kind of had that thought multiple times. So, you know, the issue with that thought is just like, I don't really like the way that it feels. It's like maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, because I am super generous and super giving, and I want to share everything that I have with the person that I love. And and spirit's like, hey, that's cute and all, but no. Or maybe I have to set it up in a certain way, so yeah. Yeah. I'm not sad, I'm not depressed, and none of that's happening. I'm just thinking. A lot to think about, a lot of things to do, a lot of choices to make, a lot of moves to make, a lot of decisions to make. I've been mentally and emotionally prepared for this for a long time, so it's not something that I'm gonna have a difficulty with. Well, no, obviously I've had a difficulty with it because I haven't filed the papers yet. He said that to me the other day. Well, why haven't you this? And I'm like, oh, because I thought you were gonna fucking fix it, you asshole. So I am sure that there will be some sort of sadness attached to that and associated with that, because this has been kind of my life experience for a very long time. It's a lifetime long, 20 years, you know? So there's that. But also, girl, 20 years is long enough to have certain things done. And if certain things aren't done within a certain period of time, then yeah, there has to be the thought that there is stagnation for some reason. For what reason? I don't know. It doesn't even fucking matter why. It's stagnation. There's something stagnant. And I can't do that. Like, I'm literally not here to be stagnant. I am literally here to move forward and to do shit and to get shit done and do big things. And I know that, like, in multiple ways, by the way I feel when I'm feeling stagnant. When I feel stagnant, I feel agitated. I feel like this is just not working. Like, this is bothering me. And it's not to say that I'm not able to sit in my accomplishments, sit in my success, or sit in the things that I've acquired or whatever. I'm able to sit in my reality without having a problem. But it's when I feel specifically stagnated, it's like like the growth is not happening at the rate of which it should be happening, or at the velocity. And I'm not basing my life on other people's lives. I'm basing my life on what I would desire in my life. And that's the difference. A lot of people go based on what other people have. I don't give a fuck about that. That's not my thing. My thing is, what do I want by this time? Where did I want to be? I was looking at I started my first business at 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just you got to see that there's a certain level um of, no, it don't make no fucking sense. I mean, obviously back then when I was starting businesses, those businesses, they were like they were like the drafts of the drafts, you know what I mean? But I did really good with my marketing agency, did really well, and then I think it stunted when relationship issues started occurring, because I wasn't able to focus on building it. I wasn't able to focus on hiring people. I wasn't able to focus on expanding that business. So, yeah, no. Yeah, that is clear. That is clear cut. Well, there's no questions about what needs to be done. I need to stop procrastinating and just rip the band-aid off and get it done. Well, let's go draft the papers then.